Started? Great. Hey, for all of you that don't know me, your luck has just run out. My name is Chuck Hanson. I've been in the network marketing industry for 31 years now, full-time. I owned an advertising agency for 16 years prior to that, until a good friend of mine kidnapped me and took me to a network marketing meeting that I thought I'd never, ever be in. Because I had the wrong perception, right? I had the wrong idea. I had the wrong condemnation of what network marketing was. See, I really thought it was for people that couldn't go out and start a real business or have a real job. And after I got to that business and to that meeting, you know, I saw a lot of people in that meeting that didn't look particularly smart, were making more money monthly than I was making annually. So being the business person that I was, I paid very close attention to what it is they were talking about, and a little bit more on that later. But as you see, I got into network marketing. I loved it. I became a great student so that I could become a fairly decent teacher. And, you know, over the course of the last 31 years, made over $15 million. And to make a lot more than that over the next 3 to 5 years, and I'll explain why in just a second. Huge teams around the world, traveled over 6 million miles, and I was happily semi-retired. I was consulting for a couple of companies. I found myself on airplanes for long periods of time, eating all the time, and then meeting with somebody in some part of the world for a breakfast, lunch, or dinner meeting, and all of our other meetings revolved around eating. So as a result of that, my clothes started to shrink, or I started gaining weight. And in early part of 2018, I was the heaviest I had ever been in my life. I was 215 pounds. I was a 40-inch waist. I think I was about ready to go to a 42 because nothing would fit. So, so I was looking for a solution. You know, but what it is, you know, that I'm going to talk to you about tonight. First, I want to congratulate you for being here, watching this, whether you're catching it live or you're going to catch it later on YouTube. My message is all about a new direction. My message is all about you, focused on you. I'm going to explore some options that you might not know that are available to you. Different ways of making money. I mean, we've been taught kind of one way to make money, and I'm going to show you some options. You know, my goal is to give you a roadmap, right, to a life that's more fulfilling, more exciting, more fun, where you make a lot more money and have a lot more free time. So that's what I chose 31 years ago. A career that'll pay you what you're worth instead of somebody deciding what you are worth. You know, it's finally a way to become your own boss and position yourself in front of a trend. And I'll explain how important that is here in a second. So are you sick and tired of just being average? Do you want, deserve more out of life? And are you ready for a change? If you are, you've got to decide. You've got to decide what you want to change and when you want to change. And once you do that, nothing or no one's going to get in your way. You will be charging ahead, you know, to reach your goals. So it's all up to you. It's whether or not you make that decision. The rest of it, the ABCs, the mechanics, all of those things, that's easy. That's the simple stuff. So this is the hard stuff, getting to a decision. I want you to think about something. People worldwide have two major challenges. I just didn't know how big those challenges were. You know, not enough free time. And let's face it, everybody wants more free time, right? And not enough money. So, you know, our mission and the mission that Dave Jordan decided on was to solve these two challenges. And, you know, so let me introduce you to Valentus. Valentus in Latin means prevail, and we will prevail. So let me get on with some information. You know, I started designing a few things, and you know, the first thing that came to my mind was choice. Right? You know, the act or instance of choosing, right? Making a selection. Now, you know, everything in your life is a reflection of a choice you've made. If you want different results, then you've got to make a different choice, right? You can't continue to do the same thing and expect different things to happen if you're doing the same thing. So you've got to make a choice. And those are some of the things that we're going to talk about tonight. You know, I didn't know that was this bad. 85% of the people on the globe hate their jobs, according to the Gallup poll. Right? They have been polling people in over 200 countries, and what they found is that nearly 90% of the world's workers are fed up. They're emotionally disconnected from their workplace. It's just nobody's happy. Nobody's happy doing what they're doing. And I mean, it's all because we were kind of taught, right? I mean, when I grew up, it was, hey, go out and get a good education, get a good job, stay there until you retire and get that gold watch. What they forgot to tell you was that you were going to have to work until you die, because there's no other way. You just could never make enough money to live the kind of life that you wanted to live, trading time for money. Oh, here's another one by Inc. magazine. 15 years studying why people hate their jobs. And again, I didn't know. We spend 1/3 of our days at work. Work defines us, right? So when we're not happy at work, we're not happy anywhere. Yet 70% of workers said that they don't feel satisfied with their career choice and believe that we have a serious epidemic on our hands. So what if people like their jobs? Significantly improve attitudes toward work and have a huge impact on the health and welfare of our society. The one reason for job dissatisfaction stands out as the most common. Look at this, guys. It's called praise addiction. And it all started when we were kids. What do you do for a living? Those 4 words are the reason that so many people are unhappy. If you start to judge somebody as soon as you start to hear, or as soon as you start to speak about, what you do for a living. You want everybody to like you, and it's just, one of those things. And it's that appreciation that we have been striving for. As humans, we worry about how that response is received, and they start to judge us. So, right job creates a state of mind that transforms your life. Ask anyone you admire who has deep career satisfaction, and they'll tell you it's their connection to the work makes them so happy. And that's what's happened to me, guys. I mean, 31 years, I don't really feel like I've worked. I mean, I obviously I work. I mean, for 31 years, I've been in this industry, but for some periods of time, I've taken various lengths of time off, one time for 6 years. So I've been around the industry, but, not all the time working. So here's some decisions and choices. If you're not happy doing what you're doing, you can go out and find a new job, right? Just be over broke again, right? You can buy a franchise if you've got the money and you've got a lot of spare money and a lot more spare money so that you can break even in 3 to 5 to 6 to 7 to 10 years. Or you can start a traditional business that, most of them fail. And again, $50,000 minimum to get into a traditional business. Or you can do nothing. I mean, I find a lot of people that just decide that, hey, I'm not going to do anything. Or you can get involved in network marketing. I kind of call it the franchise for people like me, right? I mean, because everything is in place. So, I just say to people, choose wisely, whatever you want to do. Let me tell you something that's trending. We always hear about things that are trending. 79 million people, according to Forbes, are going to start a home-based business in the next 5 years. That's gigantic. Right? I mean, it wasn't that way when I started the business 31 years ago. People laughed at you, ridiculed you, and made fun of you that you were part of the network marketing industry. Now, the whole world is heading in that direction. Why? Because it's been proven, right? It's a 50-year-old industry. So, Here's what's happening. A home-based business starts every 12 seconds. There's 38 million home-based businesses in the U.S. 70% of the home-based businesses succeed within 3 years versus 30% of regular businesses. 44% of home-based businesses are started for less than $5,000, much less usually. 70% of America would rather be self-employed than obviously work for somebody else, and it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. So there's the opportunity. There's the way of positioning yourself in front of a trend. Now, what I want you to do is consider these facts, right? No startup cost. That's a must, right? That's a given. Own your own business. Lots of tax benefits for owning your own business. Very little downside risk. Unlimited personal growth potential. And if you're going to do something, you're going to have to grow personally, from the inside. You're going to have to be able to do things. People will work harder for themselves than they'll work for somebody else. That's always the case, right? Fantastic income potential. I say unlimited income potential. And the key to all of this is finding the right company at the right time of their growth cycle. And it is all about timing. So why network marketing works. And this is really a key component. Residual income. That's what we all want. We want to be able to make money while we're sleeping, right? Residual income is not the result of a job or hourly wage. It requires an initial investment of either money or time or both, with the primary objective of earning an ongoing revenue stream. Residual income is referred to as passive income. That means it's going to come. And in network marketing, especially in the consumable network marketing model, it's because people buy products month in and month out. Just think about all the products that you buy every month. Like clockwork, you're buying a certain product. And that's exactly what happens in this model. We become the mouthpiece or the advertising for those products. Our friends, neighbors, loved ones, our contacts all over the globe start to buy and consume those products and buy them every month. As a result, you start to create a residual income. This is the best one, though. Leverage, right? In life, we can leverage our time. And you see, most people don't understand really what leverage is, and I'm going to explain that in great detail. Network marketing will allow you to learn the effects of leveraging other people's time like no other business. You can make money while you sleep, and that's the absolute truth. So the ability to influence a system or an environment in a way that multiplies the outcome of one's efforts without corresponding increase in the consumption of resources. Read that again, right? That's what leverage is. That's the definition of leverage. Let me just kind of lay it out for you in two very simple examples. Let's say you're a real estate agent, right? You sell nothing, you earn nothing, no leverage. 100% of the money that you earn is as a result of your efforts. Let's say you're a broker with 100 agents. Each of those agents work 8 hours a day. That's 800 hours that they just worked that day. That broker just leveraged his or her 8-hour day into 800 hours by providing an opportunity for those 100 agents. Guess what? The broker, if he doesn't sell anything, it's okay. He's going to make money because of those 100 agents. And that person has lots of leverage, right? So you kind of get that. It even is better in network marketing, right? Network marketing, you have the ability to build a team. You have massive, massive leverage. You enroll 10 people. Let's say you make $5 each on those 10 people. That's $50. Okay, that's your effort. Those 10 enroll 10. Now you got 100. You make $5 each on all of those people. It's 500. They enroll 10. Now you've got 1,000. You make $5 each on all of those. That's 5,000. They enroll 10. You now have 10,000, right? $5 each. Now you're talking 50 grand, right? And then those enrolled 10, you've got 100,000, $5 each, $500,000. And that can happen monthly, right? Once you have your team built, and I've always worked with the power of 10 because we have just become accustomed to working with that number, right? 10 times 10 times 10s times 10s. And, you know, a lot of people ask me, well, Chuck, how did you build a group of 400 people, 400,000 people? Yeah, it's very simple. Build a group of 10, teach other people to do the same thing. Keep it very simple, very, very duplicatable. And that's how you build a group of hundreds of thousands of people. So, you know, 100,000 people, think about this for a second. That each work 3 hours a day, very part-time, very part-time. That's 300,000 hours they just dedicated toward helping them make money and helping you make money, because this is a win-win situation. 300,000 hours in a day is about 35 years. Leverage? Yeah, you just got massive leverage, right? And 100,000 people, like I said, my biggest group was over 400,000 people, and you know, it was amazing. Let me just put it that way. So let me just kind of, you know, if you knew over the next 3 years you could create a 5, 6, or perhaps even a 7-figure passive income, would you commit the time and the resources necessary to make that plan work? It really is a yes or a no, you know? And most people would say, yes. Well, if you knew that over the next 3 years you could create that kind of income, why not? You know, why not go for it, right? Maybe or I'll try is not acceptable. I mean, I'm looking for people, I'm looking for those above average people that have an above average dream, that have above average work ethics, that have above average everything, right? And those people will make themselves a fortune over the course of the next 3 to 5 years. I'm going to show you a plan, right? It really is a track to run on. And that's what that's what a franchise is, right? They give you a track to run on. And, you know, if you're willing to accept and follow those instructions. Now, when I got started in the industry, I had a big ego. I had owned a very successful business for 16 years, and I was not very teachable. I was not very coachable. And even though I did get trained, I still did things my own way, and I failed miserably. That 3-year plan, we can provide all the how-tos, right? All the knowledge you need in order to make your life, this transition, very, very successful. We can supply all the motivation, right? We can furnish all the systems. We can create amazing products for you to talk to people about. We can supply all the support. You have to supply the contacts and the effort. So very, very small trade-off, right? I mean, we're going to take care of 90% of it. You just take care of, you know, talking to your contacts and providing the effort to be able to do that. It really is easy. Becoming a millionaire in network marketing, in my opinion, you know, when you hit the right company, is inevitable. I love that word, inevitable, right? If you understand that it's all about timing and learning, then teaching things that must be done. It all boils down to discipline. And if you have the discipline to succeed, then it really is a very simple process. You got to constantly be looking for someone who's interested in what you've got to say. You got to devote time, effort, resources in that pursuit. You got to be in pursuit of profit all the time. You've got to become a great sorter. We don't sell products, we sort through people. We find people like ourselves who are interested in A, maybe becoming a customer, B, becoming a promoter of those products, and then continuing that process. So, and we just can't afford to spend time on unproductive people. I know that you've got what it takes. I mean, this is a very, very simple business. All you got to do is just do it, right? There's that word again, inevitable. I want you to see what that definition is. Certain to happen, unavoidable, right? It's certain to happen and unavoidable. So frequently experienced or seen that it's completely predictable. And that's what I see. You know, if you have that burning desire, if you have that burning desire to do something different with your life because you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, then I would encourage you to pay very close attention to the rest of this presentation. The best opportunity I've seen in 30 years is a little company called Valentus, and it's certainly not a little company anymore. It started in an idea by a great guy, Dave Jordan. Dave and I have known each other for about 8 years. He called me May of 2018 because he was so excited about a product that they were launching into the marketplace called Slim Roast Optimum. And I said, Dave, that's great. I'm glad you're excited about that. He said, Chuck, it's a weight loss coffee. And I said, weight loss coffee. That's an interesting combination. I said, I drink coffee. I'm fat. I'd like to lose some weight. And I said, Dave, you know what? I'm not interested in doing anything in the industry. I'm not interested in building another team, but I am interested in losing some weight. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to order some of that coffee. So I did. You know, what happened to me was that I started drinking 2 cups of coffee every morning, just like I've been doing for the rest of, my whole adult life. And I lost 9 pounds the first week. I got excited, right? I started paying close attention. Over the course of the next month, I lost 18 pounds, right? And, the fat started melting off my body. I then grabbed a hold of the phone, called Dave, and I said, Dave, I'm on my way to Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I want to come and spend a couple of days with you. I discovered, because see, Dave and I knew each other, never had worked together, but I wanted to go up to Sioux Falls, spend a couple of days with Dave, and do my own due diligence, right? I wanted to investigate Valentus like I would investigate any of my clients that I was consulting with. And I found a company that was, right then 4 years old, now over 5 years old, will be 6 years old in July of 2020, that was 100% debt-free, still debt-free, millions of dollars in the bank. At that time, about $85 million in global sales, now over $125 million in global sales, that had a global seamless compensation model, which means that we can refer people anywhere in the globe, right? Anywhere in the world, and we can ship them product, which I loved, right? Which everybody loves. The world is becoming so small, and we've got contacts all over the globe. So that was a key component. The company is growing like crazy. They've grown over 2,000% since May of 2018. But it's not really where they've been, it's where they're going. And we're just getting started, folks. The next 3 to 5 years are going to be absolutely awesome. The first international office is in the Philippines, #1 market now. Like I said earlier, shipping products globally. We just started a contract with DHL so that we have that global reach and with somebody that knows how to do it, right? And Dave, I can't say enough good things about that guy. I mean, he is 1 in a billion. He has the work ethics. He's not afraid of tackling anything. And I guess that was because he was one of 14 children. Right? And he loves sports, he loves people, he just got the right attitude for being a CEO of a network marketing company. His wife, Joyce, same situation. I mean, they're just 2 peas in a pod. And I always say all the time that, opportunities are not created equal. The Valentus certainly got an edge on almost every company that's out there. Health and vitality. I mean, that's what the world and all of us are looking for. We've got an incredible line of products, and it all started with 4 products, now 22 products, and they're functional beverages, weight loss, skincare, detox products. I want you to go to valentusproducts.com and take a look at everything. And, you know, that website is constantly being updated. Just go back and look and look and look. Then I also want you to go to our Facebook page, over 65,000 people and all kinds of testimonials, especially about this Slim Roast Optimum coffee that, you know, is just absolutely amazing. FB Testimonials, you see it right there, fbtestimonials.info. And just go and take a look at, you know, those testimonials. My testimonial is that now I've lost 40 pounds, right? I went from 215 to 175. I went from a 40-inch waist to now a 33-inch waist, actually with abs. And you know, as most of you know, I'm probably the elder statesman of the organization. They say it's always tougher for people that are older to lose weight. Not with this. You know, it was the easiest thing I had ever done in ever. I mean, I've worked out at the gym and done all of those things, never could lose hardly any weight. And now it's just phenomenal. So let's talk about getting started. I know that you're probably chomping at the bit right now. You're saying, okay, I'm ready. I heard all of that stuff. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. This looks like a great company. Let's talk about getting started. The Ruby Pack, the Business Builder Pack, is the only way to get started. You know, and I say that because it does a couple of things. It does, you know, it gives you enough samples and it maximizes the payout of the compensation plan, right? Now there's a lesser package, the Platinum, and there's a more expensive package, the Emerald package. I like this package, and I especially like the package that's got 350 samples. And let me tell you what I mean about maximizing the compensation plan. The dual team bonus of $20, and I'm not going to go into a training on the comp plan, but you can get paid up to 100 grand a week, 100 grand a week, right? There's people doing that. The legacy bonus, $100 paid to infinity on your entire organization. The global enrollment bonus pool of 1%. You can get a share of that by ordering that Business Builder Pack or the Emerald Pack if you want more products. And then a matching bonus. And that means I match the income of my first level, second level, third level, fourth level people, and that goes on through 7 levels as you jump up in rank. So, you know, if you want this plan to work, and that's all I want you to do, I want you to see a plan that everybody can do, right? Part-time, you know, and that is to find one person. I'm not going to ask you to find 10 or 100, but one person a month that's willing to commit to the process of doing exactly what you're doing, and that is finding one person a month. And here's what's going to happen. Over the course of the next 12 months, your team is going to look like this: 1, 3, 7, 15, 31. Yeah, then it starts getting into some numbers, right? 12th month, 4,095 people. If all of those people just do the minimum, I kept this at minimums, you're going to have this kind of volume, 409,000 business volume on your team. That's going to create, from this dual team, one of the components of our compensation plan, a monthly income of $27,000. But you got to take a look here. You know, I want you to understand that it doesn't happen, you know, overnight. I mean, you make a little bit of money, you make a little bit more money, you make a little bit more money, and then you start getting into some serious money, right? The 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th month. But think about what happens year 2 and year 3 and year 4 and year 5. So I'm not going to put those kind of projections down because it would absolutely blow you away. But, you know, it's happening, and it's happening right now. I want to give you 3 little examples. And, you know, I'm going to use me as an example. And this was my income the first week I was in the business. And this was my income July 19th through the 25th. We get paid weekly every Friday of 2019. My growth was 1,237%, right? From 0 to $9,685 in July. And I put this chart on here because I had it, right? Here's somebody else, Mr. R. I'm not going to name names, but that was his income, a weekly income, and that was his income then. He's way over that now. Mr. J, this was his income. And you see, I asked these guys, I said, hey, you know, what's everybody making? You know, that was one of the things that was near and dear to my heart, right? Is, you know, tell me about the money. And this was his income in July of 2000, 1,842% growth, right? That's because the company was and is growing. So, hey, I wanted you to see this. This is a chart that's put out by the company, and what it does, it gives you the qualifications for hitting certain ranks. Now, there's ranks beyond Blue Diamond, but this will give you the starting, right? And it also gives you the average monthly income of people at that rank. So, Diamond is kind of the first full-time rank. $3,000 to $6,000 a month, and I know a lot of diamonds that are, you know, still doing this part-time and making that kind of money. Full diamond, $7,500 to $12,500, nice income, right? Nice income. Triple diamond, $15,000 to $30,000 a month, and then blue diamond, $33,000 to $75,000. Then there's royal diamond and other positions above that, so that there's a lot of money on the table. See, this is what I didn't understand about the industry of network marketing. See, I thought it was for people that couldn't go out and get a real job, and I didn't know that there was this kind of money until I went to that meeting. And here's Valentus. I mean, and this has just happened in a short period of time, and this is just a few of the people. I mean, we're adding people all the time to this list that is reported in Business for Home magazine. And, you know, that list is just going to continue to grow. I mean, there's going to be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people on that list. So, John, I mean, I hope he can get by, you know, at $500,000 a month. Rick is now like at 150, 160 a month. I want you to take a look at this gal, Jen, because I'm going to talk about her in a second. $93,000 a month and growing, you know, and if they can do it, you can do it. I mean, I'm convinced of that if they can do it, you can do it. John and I did a little video thing, and I took a clip of that I want you to see, because what I asked John to do was talk about timing. I asked John to talk about the money, and he was kind enough to do that for me, and I took a little clip of that, and I want you to hear it right now. If I can get it to play.
Thank you so much for that kind introduction. And, you know, with your history and success you've had in the industry, Chuck, let me just say it's just an honor to be working with you. I mean, you're a legend in this industry and just, you know, have done amazing things, and just so excited to have you here, you know, with us here at Volantis. You know, folks, I'll give you a little history on myself. I've been now 30 years now in this industry. I grew up in a small town in Minnesota, actually still have a lake home there, very near where I grew up. You know, I had no sales background. I was a blue collar worker. I was a welder, you know, building, maintaining equipment. I have a learning disability, I have dyslexia. And so I came to the industry, you know, with no self-esteem, no self-confidence, very shy and introverted. My first experience was NSA water filters, and just an amazing experience. It was 4 years there. Learned the fundamentals, you know, fell in love with network marketing, learned how important timing was, how important a consumable product was. And so I've now been 30 years in the industry. I've been with 4 companies. Every single experience has been phenomenal. I mean, you know, NSA, 4 years, earned about $400,000. Was with Rexall after that for 12 years, earned $4 million. From there, master distributor of Wayora. Over that 12-year window, you know, was able to earn about $10 million, and then another couple million with its sister company, Javita. And now I'm with Valentus, right? And what's led me to Valentus, number one, is because here's what I believe, is all of these companies, right, and/or opportunities are made up of 5 critical elements, right? The company, the product, the compensation plan, the timing, and the training and support. And if 2 or 3 of those elements are not in place, I mean, it really doesn't matter how good we are, or how hard we work. I mean, despite our best efforts, we're going to struggle, right? I mean, you could take me now, having earned $22 million in the industry, put me with a company where those elements aren't in place, and I'm going to struggle. I mean, I look at myself here today. I'm not a different person. I'm not doing anything different than I've ever done, but, averaging, almost $400,000 a month, on the verge of making $500,000 a month. So I'm not doing anything different. The difference is the vehicle, right? And let me, we all know, and I'm assuming most of these people watching this are people that have been in the industry, you've had success, hear these stories about timing, and timing really is everything, right? And timing is actually very predictable. I mean, timing is a factor of numbers. There's very distinctive tipping points to where, that trigger, momentum and trigger that critical mass window where the company actually, just explodes. And here's what we've went in we've had our challenges. We're 5 years old. We had a really good start, or actually a slow start. Then in the middle, 2016, we had a great year. We had some challenges. In May of last year, May of 2018, we were under $1 million in sales. We just closed out July over $8 million in sales. Okay, we've grown $1 million in each of the last in the last 4 months, and we're on track here in August to grow another $1 million. But here's why I'm telling you the story from a strict number standpoint, right? We've reached that point. This point of geometric growth is starting to work for us, because 7 million of the 8 million in sales is all brand new volume. Everybody's new and fresh and excited. So our attrition is literally non-existent. And so it's kind of like, if you look at that penny a day, double every day concept, and you hit that certain tipping point where the compounding effect of numbers just kind of just take a course of its own, just explode. And if you look, and I got a little chart here. And if you look at the compounding effect of numbers, right, a penny a day doubled every day, and it's about day 20. It's about day 20 that the numbers really become significant, right? And that's from a just kind of a comparison standpoint. I think that's where we are. We're at about day 20, because we have so many brand new, excited people making money and exploding that we're ready to absolutely explode. Okay, so we went from $1 million a month to $8 million a month in the last year. We went from $2 million a month to $8 million a month since the first of the year. And I believe by the end of this year, we're going to grow $1 million in August. I believe with our conference in Orlando, we're going to grow $2 million in September. And I believe we're going to be doing $12 million a month by the end of this year. So and it's not just here in the United States. I mean, Chuck, you were just telling me about a meeting in Nigeria where you had people stand, 400 people in Nigeria, and we're not even official there yet, right? I mean, I was in Spain, in May, we're doing like $1.5 million a month in Spain. I mean, the thing is absolutely ready to explode. And again, I can just keep going. I'm excited, folks. This is the absolute dream time to join a company, because we are ready to absolutely explode. So I'm
absolutely ready to explode, and I'll second that. John is just coming back from a European tour, back to Spain, Germany, and the Netherlands, and the Canary Islands, and so on, and back to Las Vegas here probably tomorrow. But it is absolutely ready to explode, and countries are growing like crazy, and it's something that I've seen in 3 other companies that I was with, and that's what drugged me out of being semi-retired and deciding that I would tell Dave that I'm going to build another team, was the fact that all those signs pointed to the fact that if I didn't do this, I was going to leave millions of dollars on the table. So If you're a pro out there, you're looking for a home, pay close attention. I would get back with whoever got you in front of this information, and I would get started. I would order that business builder pack, and I would get started like right now. If you're considering and you've got one of those life-sucking jobs, then get off the fence, and come on and join us, because it's never going to get any better timing-wise than it is right now. I wanted you to, and I took this little flyer, and Jen, she hit diamond in August, a year ago, and then October double diamond, and then triple diamond, and then blue diamond, and then just kept growing, royal diamond, black diamond, now crown diamond, 93, probably 100 grand a month. Okay? Never had been in network marketing before. I want you guys to hear that. Never been in network marketing before. She was a nurse practitioner, a PA, right? A nurse assistant. So, she kind of raised the bar, and her life has changed a little bit. That's a picture that she sent and posted that, her over in Greece on vacation. She quit her job, and, but her life has changed, and it's like she hit the lottery. So, hey guys, we've got great calls that happen Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and either myself or Mitch or other people fill in and do that. The corporate call is going to happen at 9 o'clock East Coast time, so in just about 15 minutes or so. I would encourage you to jump on the corporate call and listen to that, because today is a special day. It's called Leapfrog Thursday, and it has all to do with, getting positioned and taking advantage of our power line system. You can ask the person that invited you onto this call or to watch this information, hey, tell me about that power line. And we've got a movie that explains it perfectly. So I would encourage you to go and participate. All of our Zooms are at 8 p.m., and they happen on 2 different code numbers, right? Mine happen on this code number, the 908-544-558, and Mitch is at 570-415-070. Now, Mitch is in Minneapolis, so if you've got anybody in Minneapolis, reach out to me, reach out to Mitch, and he's more than happy to meet with them. They're having an event and a meeting here this evening, and plan to have one on Saturday. So, with that, I want to thank you for joining me here this evening. Success and failure, right? Separated by one decision. If not Volantis, then what? And if not now, when? Right? Thanks for your time and attention. If you decide to join us, make sure that you reach out, you introduce yourself to me at the next event. I'd love to get to know you, and if you don't, then God bless you. And with that, to your success and your greatness, we will see you all later. I'm going to stop this share, stop the recording, and we will end this meeting officially. Good night, everybody. Jump on the corporate call.